Yad gaktva na punarmoham evam yasyasi pandava yena bhutani asesani Draksya satmani atho mai. Yat, which, gatva, knowing, na, never, punaha, again, moham, to illusion, evam, like this, yaswasi, you shall go, pandava, osana pandu, yena, by which, bhutani, living entities, asesani, all, rakshasi, you will see, atmani, in the Supreme Soul, athayu, or in other words, mine, in me. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srivakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Having obtained real knowledge from a self-realized soul, you will never fall again into such illusion. For by this knowledge, you will see that all living beings are but part of the Supreme, or in other words, that they are mine. Please respond. Having obtained this knowledge, having obtained real knowledge from a self-realized soul, you will never fall again into such illusion. For by this knowledge, you will see that all living beings are but part of the Supreme, or in other words, that they are mine. Purport. The result of receiving the knowledge from a self-realized soul, or one who knows things as they are, is learning that all living beings are the parts and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna. The sense of an existence separate from Krishna is called Maya. Ma means not, Ya means this. Something that we have nothing to do with Krishna. That Krishna is only a great historical personality, that Absolute is the impersonal Brahman, and that the Absolute is the impersonal Brahman. Factually, as it is stated in Bhagavad Gita, this impersonal Brahman is the personal effulgence of Krishna. Krishna, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the cause of everything. In the Brahma Samhita, it is clearly stated that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the cause of all causes. Even the millions of incarnations are only his different expansion. Similarly, the living entity are also expansion of Krishna. The Mayavadis philosopher longly think that Krishna loses his own separate existence in his many expansions. This thought is material in nature. We have experienced in the material world that a thing, when fragmentally distributed, loses its own original identity. But the Mayavadi philosopher fails to understand that Absolute means that 1 plus 1 is equal to 1. That 1 minus 1 is also equal to 1. This is the case in the Absolute world. For want of sufficient knowledge in the Absolute science, we are now covered with illusion. Therefore, we think that we are separate from Krishna. Although we are separated parts of Krishna, we are nevertheless not different from him. The bodily difference of the living entity is the Maya, or not actual fact. We are all meant to satisfy Krishna. By Maya alone, Arjuna thought that the temporary bodily relationship with his kinsman was more important than his eternal spiritual relationship with Krishna. The whole teaching of Gita is targeted toward this end, that living being as a Krishna's eternal servitor cannot be separated from Krishna. His sense of being an identity apart from Krishna is called Maya. The living entity is a separate parts and parcel of the Supreme, have a purpose to fulfill. Having forgotten that purpose in the time immemorial, they are situated in a different bodies as a man, animals, demigods. Such bodily difference arises from the forgetfulness of the transcendental service of the Lord. But when one engages in transcendental service through the Krishna consciousness, one becomes at once liberated from this illusion. One can acquire such pure knowledge only from the bona fide spiritual master. Therefore, avoid the delusion that living entity is equal to Krishna. Perfect knowledge is that the Supreme Soul, Krishna, is the supreme shelter of all living entity. And giving up such shelter, the living entity are deluded by the material energy, imagining themselves to have a separate identity. Thus, under the different standard of material identity, they become forgetful of Krishna. When, however, such deluded living entity becomes situated in Krishna consciousness, it is to be understood that they are on the path of liberation, as confirmed in Bhagavatam 2.10.6, Muktir hitva annatha rupam sarupena vyavasishta. Liberation means to be situated in one's constitutional position as an eternal servitor of Krishna consciousness. So Hare Krishna. So this is very important, how knowledge is very important. So it is saying that having obtained this real knowledge. So everything we do, we need a knowledge. Supposing you are a child is going to the school, we are going to the college. What for? To receiving the knowledge. Supposing I do not know how to cross the traffic light, I will endanger myself. Neophytes, they deliberately avoid this knowledge. They deliberately avoid, particularly to read Shastra. That's the symptoms of neophyte, you will know. Because, see, our process, today we are talking about Bhagavatam. Our process is to in the combination of Bhagavata Marga and Pancharatrika Marga. What is that Pancharatrika Marga? If you see temple, why we created temple? Two purposes. First of all, deity worship. That deity worship is very important because to purification. Those days, the temple worship is done by the Brahmanas who is initiated. That is Vedic. But in Pancharatrika, one book called Pancharatrika by Narad Muni, that book is followed particularly in this age of Kali, because age of Kali is everybody was Sudra. Everybody is Sudra Sambhava. Because nobody has knowledge, nobody is pure Brahmana. So how to uplift them, elevate them? Therefore, we need that temple worship. Mangala Arati is a part of the purification. That is Pancharatrika. It is a must, purification. Mangala Arati and seeing the deity, meditate on the deity. Why is it a temple we are very gorgeously decorating and inviting all the things? Why Prabhupada created so many temples? Why temples are there? Because in particular in this age of Kali, to uplift the person who is not, because nobody can do the temple worship. So Sudra cannot do. According to Shastra, a Brahmana can do, Vaishya can do, a Kshatriya can do, but a Sudra cannot do worship. But Kali Yuga, nobody is Brahmana. So to uplift them, this is introduced. Therefore, there is an initiation ceremony to eligible to know, to learn about. That is one thing. Plus, simply you come to Mangala Arati and sleep, you cannot advance. You cannot advance in Krishna consciousness. We need Bhagavat Marga. What is that Bhagavat Marga? Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu. These two has to be combination. Without two combination, simply you come and worship, but you don't listen, you will fall down. You cannot maintain the status quo. You will be stagnated. Because how long you can meditate on these things? You cannot. You will lose the interest. So these two things, Mangala Arati, the morning program of deity worshipping, attending from the beginning, Mangala Arati. Krishna wake up at 5 o'clock. In Dwaraka, we have seen Dwaraka Lila, how he has to get up. So we have to wake up, Lord, worshipping. This is for our purification. Because our mind is so contaminated. So we cannot, without control mind, without purification, we cannot sustain our Krishna consciousness. So therefore, our method, today we are discussing about, Prabhupada said, our method is both Pancharatrika and Bhagavat Marga. Without both Marga, we cannot sustain. Simply you come Mangala Arati, but you do not listen. Prabhupada say, teaching of Kapil, chapter 15, you will lose the interest. You cannot meditate on form of the Lord. So both things should go hand in hand. Both should complement. Therefore, the Mangala Arati, deity worship, along with that, we should have all this process. Therefore, our bhakti is, Prahlad Maharaj say, our bhakti is the combination of both Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam. These three things is Bhagavat Marga. And Archanam, Bandhanam, Archana we do, Archana Marga, Bandhanam, Dasyam, Sakam, all this process is this Pancharatrika Marga. So both things should hand in hand. Simply you come to Mangala Arati and sleep, you cannot sustain. Prabhupada says that you don't listen, you will fall down. Because you will lose the interest. How long you can be dry, Hare Krishna, and jumping and do the meditation or deity worship. You have to hear. Therefore, Dandavat class, they say that bell ringing will not work. It has to be in conjunction with hand, particular word in beautiful and 15 chapter of teaching of Kapil 15. Prabhupada is writing that you do not listen, you cannot maintain that Mangala Arati's vibe. Therefore, our whole program is Prabhupada designed such a that it is to be both combined together. We have that Pancharatrika Marga and also Bhagavat Marga. Our Mangalarti, Tulsi Arati, Guru Puja, Darsanarati, Bhagavatam class. If that one thing you missing Bhagavatam class, you cannot sustain. How long you will not come every day Mangalarti? You will lose the interest. You will come officially also. After that, you cannot. It's like flight. Flight, if you go for runway, how long you can run? You have to take off now. You runway out of you will overshoot the runway and you will crash the flight. That means you cannot sustain. Sometimes you will be stagnated and jeopardize your bhakti. Therefore it is said that this knowledge is important. And that knowledge can be received through the process of hearing. Therefore, we are inviting everyone, initiated duty, you come at least Saturday, Sunday is very important. Saturday morning, Prabhu is giving classes, very expensive, So, you are not coming means that you are not following our Bhagavat Marga. Krishna consciousness is the combination of both Marga. And only simply coming for deity sing, it is not the process. This process will not help. After sometimes you will be bored, I know Sam Sundar Prabhu is there, same thing, same design. So you will be familiarity with content. Therefore, Krishna says, Shrute Akita, you cannot see the Lord through your eyes, through ears. These beautiful verses. It is stated by Lord Kapil. So here it is said that Tvam Bhakti Yoga Pratibhavita Hiswaraja Asesa Shrute Akita Patho. Shrute Akita Patho means, translation it is given, oh my Lord, your devotee can see you through the years by the process of bona fide hearing. Thus their heart become clean, you take your seat there. So Shrute Akita Patho. One time Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was giving class in Radhakund. All the devotees, they went to Vrindavan seeing the all Radhakund, Samakund, all the things. Then after coming back, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati commented, oh, how about your eye exercise? They were very stunned. What eye exercise? We went to Vrindavan, see the deity. No, you cannot see through your eyes. First of all, you have to purify through the process of bona fide hearing. Lord is seen. So therefore, our process is that both combination of the both. First of all, purification, and second of all, hearing. Hearing will do. So this knowledge is important. Therefore, by knowledge is received through by process of hearing. Without hearing, we cannot get where you can get knowledge. Therefore, we are requesting everybody you hear. Anybody who is advancing, in my experience in case Tattva Prabhu, so they are all hearing, profuse hearing. The verse is there, you should profusely hear from the spiritual master. Those who won't hear, they will stagnate there. They will go through the runway process. They will never take up. Because they are not following the procedure what is given by the Shastra. It is stated in this beautiful verse by Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva say that Shreyasam iha sarvesam jnanam nishresam param. So here it is said that in the material world there are different type of achievement, but all of them, the achievement of knowledge is considered to be highest because one can cross the ocean of material science only on the boat of knowledge. Otherwise, the ocean is impossible. I do not know how to cross the traffic light. I do not know how to successfully crack the IS examination. I cannot crack. I need knowledge. I need some guidance. I need a coaching. Therefore, the children are going to school. We are going to college. The college students are going to college. Professor, they are reading, hearing. What they do? They are hearing only. By hearing, they are receiving knowledge. And without that, they cannot pass out. If you think that if a material knowledge, there is a requirement of a guru, requirement of a spiritual master, how you think that spiritual knowledge, which is Paravidya, there are two kinds of vidya, Aparavidya, Paravidya. Apara means inferior, Para means superior. Aparavidya is about material knowledge, will solve your problem of life, but spiritual knowledge will solve the problem that is life. Life itself is a problem. You understand? Life itself, because we are existing in a non-existential atmosphere. Our life is threatened by the birth, death, disease, old age. So therefore, how to come to the position of Martyama Amrita Gamaya? The Shastra says that you come to immortality. Tamasima Jyotirgama. You come to point of immortality. Knowledge. Don't be in darkness. Therefore, Vedanta Shastra says that Atthata Brahma Jigyasa. He never say Atthata stock market Jigyasa, Atthata jobs Jigyasa, Atthata market rate Jigyasa, Atthata what departmental store, what is the price, Atthata politics, sociology Jigyasa. No. Atthata Brahma Jigyasa, inquire about the Brahma. Who is I? Who am I? Why I am, languishing here? Why I am suffering? What is my relationship with God? That is real knowledge and inquiry. Human life begins with that. If I invite somebody dog, let's say not street dog, even a pet dog, you come and sit, they will not get the knowledge. Knowledge only received by the human form of life. This human species is called the graduation of all species. They are graduated. When all species graduated 8.4 million species, then we will get this human species of life. Then human species of life have got the prerogative to understand this. He said that ahara nidra bhaya matuna samanetyam pasuvi naranam dharma eka adhika vishesha. That knowledge, understanding who is Krishna, who am I, that is only prerogative of special privilege prerogative of the human form of life. Therefore, Krishna is very happy when he created the human species of life. It is stated here that Lord is very, very happy when created the human species, because this is the species one can understand. He created human life which offered the conditions so sufficient intelligence to perceive the absolute, to become pleased. He became pleased. After creating all species, Krishna, he was not pleased. When he created human species, he is pleased, because human species has got the opportunity. Just like you are going to airport, but you are not taking the flight. You are going to airport, Changi airport, but you are not taking the flight. That means you are as distance from your destination, let's say India, a person who is staying at home. Both are same distance, you are in Singapore only. So therefore, human life you are getting and you are not taking up. You are not interested in spiritual life. You are as bad as the people who animals. Animals also not interested. Therefore, we are called police animal, because we are not interested to take up. That is very colossal loss that is stated in this beautiful verses. Asitim chaturas chaiva. There is a beautiful verses. He says that asitim chaturas, this is a Brahma Vaivatta Purana, this verse. Asitim chaturas chaiva laksham tan jiva jatichu brahmat vi purusha prapyam manusyam janma prayat. After going through all the 8.4 million species of life, we have got the rare opportunity of human species. Rare opportunity. It's only 4%, 4% of out of all species. We are not majority actually. We are minority. And tadapi avalatam jatam tesam atma vimaninam barakam anasritya govinda charanada. And after getting that, you barakanam means very childish. You neglect to worship. You neglect to perfect your life to go back to Godhead. Then that is childish, foolish. That is foolish. So this is the thing, that you got a human form of life, you do not take up Krishna consciousness. It's as good as you are in airport, you are not taking up a flight. That is a colossal loss. Colossal loss. And if you are taking up the flight, but you are on the runway only, you are not getting the knowledge, simply coming, once in a week coming is fine, but you come to Saturday also, you are not hearing, you are not progressing, both the process, whatever given, like you are going on the runway. So after 20 years also, you will be stagnated, you will be same, you won't improve. So you have to runway means you have to take up, meant for take up, not that you are going, after sometimes you will out of the runway and you will crash your flight of bhakti, flight of Krishna consciousness. And that is the point. And again, another point is that when you take up, but you do not follow the standard operating procedure, just like recently Air India, that switch on or switch off the fuel, that crashes. So you are not following the standard operating procedure, it will crash mid-air. Whether it is immediately mid-air or you cannot reach the destination. So that is also important. Standard operating procedure of deity worship, Mangalarti, all the things, all Navada Bhakti is very important. Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, all the things. Simply, if you do not do simply Sarvanam Kirtanam will not help, because you are not elevated soul. You cannot sustain. You have to do deity worship also. For that, you have to come Mangalarti, learn, associate, get initiated, chant, then only you can get this temple worship. Then you hear. So all these processes combined together to properly maneuver to the destination. Therefore, Krishna today say that this knowledge is very important. This knowledge, because ignorance is, Lord Shiva says that highest achievement is this knowledge. In this, by getting this knowledge, one can easily get out from this material world, solve the problem. There's a beautiful verse by Krishna to Uddhava. So Krishna say, "Oh most intelligent Uddhava, the living entity called Jiva is part and parcel of me. But due to ignorance, he has been suffering in material bondage since time immemorial. By knowledge, however, he can be liberated." So Lord Krishna himself saying that although all of them, we are part and parcel of the Lord. Because of knowledge, due to ignorance, I am thinking I am the body. I am this father, I am the mother, I am the wife, I am the society, I am from this society, I am from this country. In this way, everybody is going through the bodily conception of life. Maya means what? Krishna is defining. Maya means, purport Prabhupada, Maya means which is not real, which is not. I am thinking I am this body, I belong to this. No, it's a Maya. We do not know. Therefore, due to ignorance, I am thinking I am separate from Krishna. Oh, this is my body, this is I, me, mine platform. This is thing. I am identified differently. So whole Bhagavad Gita evolved on this point when Arjuna was acting as ignorance for the sake of teaching. Arjuna cannot be in a ignorance. He is the Gudakesa. So how he can be in ignorance? But to teach us, so that Bhagavad Gita is spoken. So Arjuna is acting that he is so much attached to his kinsman, he told, I will not. Najasya Govinda. He very flatly rejected, denied to fight on the account of this ignorance, that he is thinking there is my kith and kinsmen, how can I kill them? So therefore whole Bhagavad Gita evolved on this point, and the very fundamental knowledge, the first knowledge Krishna has given, this knowledge that you are not this body, you are the spirit soul. That theoretically, then you have to practically understand all the thing by process. That first of all you should understand that your identity crisis. 90% of our problem is due to identity crisis. IC means identity card, identity crisis. I am thinking I am Indian, I am Pakistan, I am England, I am Singaporean. So that is our thing. Therefore, we should know we are part and parcel of the Lord, but we have come, we have somehow separated in terms of like we are separated from the service of the Lord. Because in Vaikuntha, one Krishna is there, Supreme Lord. He is the master. Service has to be always offered to the master, superior. So in Vaikuntha, only one master is Ekelo Krishna. Ekelo Krishna, Arasava Bhrutta. Ekelo Ishwara Krishna. Chaitanya Chaitamrita say, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Ekelo Ishwara Krishna Arasava. Vaikuntha is everything. But if we have when we get that conception of why should I worship Krishna, why should I serve Krishna, I should be separately become master. That conception brings us here. Just like a citizen, he say, if he think that, or if he act like that why should I follow the authority of the Singapore? I will violate the rule. Then he will be put into Changi jail. We are the same thing. As soon as we defy the authority of the Krishna, we are put in this material world. That is stated also. That is stated that what is the cause of our coming to here. In this verses it is stated that living entity by nature has minute independence to choose his own good or bad fortune. But when he forgets his supreme master, the personality of Godhead, he gives himself unto the modes of material nature. That means Maya. As soon as we forget he is my master, I want to myself do all the things. I am the master. That conception comes. Then immediately you will be arrested by Maya and put into this material world. And being influenced by the modes of material nature, he identifies himself with the body. For the interest of the body, become attached to various activities. Sometimes he is under the influence of the mode of ignorance, sometimes mode of passion, sometimes mode of goodness. The living entity thus get different type of body under the modes of material nature. Why? There are varieties of things according to our modes, varieties of body. According to our desire determines our next body. Krishna says, yam yam bapi, I want to become a tiger. I want to people very much like nowadays surfing. Prabhupada says surfing is suffering. You will so much like surfing. Next birth, okay, why you are struggling so much? You become a fish. Natural surfing, a natural surfer. You don't have to be very artificially, you have to hire some surfing boat and do all the things. You have so much inclination, you go and suffering. Surfing is suffering. So this is the thing, our inclination, according to our inclination, I develop the qualities of a tiger, next life tiger. Quality, therefore association is very important. Judge Banaras says that you are judged by your association. You are judged by your company. Because when your association is good, now you will develop that, imbibe that quality. And you imbibe that qualities, then you will develop that quality. Just like you are contracted by a COVID or in some infection, I will develop that disease as a common sense. Similarly, when I associate with a drunkard, I know, oh, this is Black Label, this is so many other brand. But when I associate with devotee, I know Bhagavad Gita, this verse, that verse, this verse. So the association is very, very important. Therefore, it is said that Panchangavati association of devotee is very important. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say that sadhu sangha, sarva shastra kahe, lava matra, even a moment association, you will get greatest opportunity. That is a perfection of our life. So association is very, very important for our conducive, performance of bhakti. And Rupa Goswami has quoted do and do nots. In both the do and do nots, sadhu sangha is very important. You do the sadhu sangha, you avoid a sadhu sangha. That is important. Therefore, we should be you develop that quality, and that quality you will develop at the time of death according to your psychological condition. Krishna says you will get another body. Therefore, there is called different body under the influence of Maya. Somebody is ignorance, somebody is passion, somebody is goodness. If you are in goodness, you will go to demigod. 14 says, Urdham Gachanti Satasva. If you are in passion, you are in human being, next birth. If you want to become animals, mode of ignorance, sleeping, laziness, 14, 16. So in this way, different body we get it. Therefore, at the time of death, it is very important how you adjust our psychological condition. That depends our association, our practice. Why the cricketer net practice they do? Because match will come and they will help them to. So those who, you see, Virat Kohli, Tendulkar, those who are very, GOAT, greatest of all times. So they will always practice a lot. Very vigorous practice. You cannot just sit on the examination and I will bluff. We used to do in the competitive examination where we don't know C. See, by chance 5C means 1, 2C will be there. So, but that way you are not pass out, coming out flying colors. So therefore, your examination, your final examination result depends on all the entire calendar of year, how you practice, how you study vigorously. So therefore, our practice, our association determines at the time of death, I remember, and go back to Godhead. And this kind of knowledge to how to maneuver our conduct of our life, therefore Bhagavad Gita is spoken. Bhagavad Gita is main thing. Prabhupada in purport say, our main target of Bhagavad Gita to give this knowledge. Arjuna is initially told, I am in illusion. See, Arjuna, if you see, Arjuna is very beginning of the Bhagavad Gita, you should read very thoroughly, very fundamental books of knowledge. So Arjuna is very beginning, he says, Karpani dosapatu swabhava prichami tuam dharma samudda cheta yes rasan nishchitam bruitan me sishyateham sadhimam tum prapanam. Arjuna in the beginning telling, I am confused about my duty, have lost all composure because of weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me clearly what is the best for me. Now I am your disciple, a soul surrender unto me, please instruct me. So this is the process, because everybody is confused. We do not know what is the process. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita is spoken to dissipate this ignorance, which is the root cause of our all the things. That is whole target of Bhagavad Gita, to evolve ourselves, to dissipate our ignorance. Or same Arjuna who is telling, the just previous verse, he is telling, Na jashaiti Govinda, I shall not fight Govinda. He told this, I think 2:8. He told, I will not fight Govinda. So that Arjuna now is very, is enthusiastically, after hearing Bhagavad Gita, he very enthusiastically wanted to fight. Arjuna say, Nasto moho smriti labdha tat prasaden maya chutta titasmi gata sandhya karisya vachanam tava. Arjuna say, my dear Krishna, O infallible one, my illusion is now gone. I have regained my memory by your mercy. I am now firm and free from doubt. I am prepared to act according to your instruction. So why? What is the transformation? The knowledge. He got the knowledge. Otherwise, you cannot transform. See, it is our classes, Krishna consciousness, not about the information, it is a transformation. Our whole idea to transform the heart. The bodily conception of life is Maya. Now into Krishna consciousness. Lord is the master, we are all servant. Just like a finger is supposed to be serve the body. A finger is not serving body, we are in disease condition. So we are meant to serve the Lord. That is the first fundamental understanding. But unfortunately, we are serving everybody, from our boss, wife, children, dog, up to dog. Therefore, Krishna is giving this knowledge that what is your real duty? To serve me, to satisfy. It is stated here that real love means Krishnendriya Pritivacha. When you engage in the service, love should be given to the Krishna. All so-called love in this one, Atmendriya Pritivacha, Taraname Kamam, because it is a mutual. As long as I am serving you, I am satisfying you, you are satisfying. It's like in social media, you like, I like. If you don't like, I will not also like your page, like your everything. So this mutual is there. So there is no actually love. So try to understand this knowledge is very important. So in this way, we have been separate thing. Separate body, we are getting it. So how to get out of this process has been given. For that, we need knowledge. Therefore, recently we have conducted this Vasa Puja. Why the Vasa Puja? Because spiritual master gives us the knowledge. We cannot see our blunt eyes. Many people say, challenge shows God. First of all, you are qualified to see God. God can be seen, but not by you because you are not qualified. Our eyes, we are so much, proud of our eyes. We cannot see what is there in fourth class, what is there, ultraviolet ray also we cannot see. So many things, we cannot see our eyelid. So to see the Lord, Premanjana Charita Bhakti Vilochanena, we have to take the anointment of love of Godhead. And to develop that love, we need knowledge. Not that simply, oh, I love Krishna, Krishna is my heart, Krishna knows everything. Krishna knows more than you, what is there in the heart. He knows how nonsense. So this sentiment is, Prabhupada says, this sentiment, the bhava is coming after very late. First of all, you should go through the process, Adau Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya. That is the process. We should follow the standard operating procedure. You cannot just maneuver your flight as you like. Bhakti is not like a sentiment as you like, what is your convenience. No, bhakti has to be performed according to the process, shastric reference. Smruti, Shruti, Puranadi, Puranadi, Pancharatrika Vidhi Vina, Aikantika Harer Bhakti, Utpayade Bakal. Very, very disturbances. One of the devotee, Subala Prabhu was telling, he was he was 2-3 months, he did not cut his hair, maybe 6 months something. So much long hair. Why? Cutting it, 1.5 years, cutting the hair to offer Krishna. Concocted. We cannot offer our hair to Krishna, will wear our hair. So these are the things there because they are not following the process. You do not following the process, therefore there is a checklist. Everything is a checklist. You have to follow the checklist. When you drive something, there is a checklist how to drive, how to see the mirror. Flight also same thing. You do not follow this standard operating procedure, you will crash the flight. Therefore, the association of devotees is important, temple is important to facilitate us, to give us the standard operating procedure, how to do that. Without that, we cannot maneuver. So very important. Therefore, it is stated that what I was telling, that we have to follow the standard procedure. This is the thing how we can advance. It's not like that somebody give me the somebody gives certified or not. You yourself, because our main goal is to go back to Godhead. We are suffering in this material world. So here it is, Rupa Goswami has given. There's a nectar of devotion book. We should study this one, Bhagavad Gita. Everything is knowledge. You get the knowledge, then you know how to perform the bhakti properly, how to advance it properly. all these intelligent people, those who are businessmen successful, they have got the proper information how to make my business top, how to make my cricketing, how to crack the IS. They have knowledge. Simply they don't go and anyhow they have prepare and sit down, they crack. No, they have a very systematic approach. There is a systematic approach. Rupa Goswami also say that to achieve the highest goal, there is a systematic adau shraddha. First of all, you have got little faith. Initially, you have got, oh, let me go temple, I see. As soon as you come to temple, you say the Lord, everything. Tatha sadhu sangha, you meet with sadhus, devotees. So, atha bhajana kriya. Bhajana kriya means when you meet the sadhu, what you will do? You will talk about Krishna katha. They are different. So, therefore, the sadhu sangha does not mean that talking about politics, chit-chatting. No, mundane gossip. Sadhu sangha means Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu. Always sadhu sangha means hearing and chanting about. That should be discussion. Krishna say also, what is the symptoms of my devotee? That madagata matachina, there is a 4 chaturshloki that madagata matachita prana bodhoyanti parasparam kathanta chamam nitam tushtanti cha ramanti cha. So in these verses, Krishna saying that madajita madachita madagata prana bodhoyanti parasparam kathanta chamam nitam tushtanti cha ramanti cha. The thought of my devotees, pure devotees, dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service. They derive great satisfaction, bliss from always enlightening one another, conversing about me. So that conversation about Krishna is there. Discussing about Krishna. Janmashtami means what? Simply coming, fasting and seeing the Lord? No. Janmashtami also Krishna say that talking about, discussing about my pastime. Krishna is saying that. How to Janmashtami? See, everything is there in Shastra. How to celebrate Janmashtami. You should know now how to celebrate. Krishna say, Madajanma karma kathana mama parva anumodanam Gita Tandava Badrita Gostivir Mada Griha Uchchava. Mada Griha Uchchava means, Mada Griha means Krishna is my Gruha, is my temple. So how to do this, how to celebrate this, how to celebrate Janmashtami, it is stated here. So, yeah. So here it is stated, in my temple one should one should always discuss my birth, my activities, enjoy life, participating in festivals such as Janmashtami, which glorify my pastime. In temple, one should also participate in festival ceremony by singing, dancing, playing musical instrument and discussing me with other Vaishnavas. So the temple means is not simply chanting, dancing, also discussing. So the Sravanam Kirtanam is very important. So you do not do that, then you cannot advance. Therefore, Krishna also saying, my devotee means they should hear and talk. Adau Shraddha Tatha Sadhu Sangha Bhajana Kriya. Bhajana Kriya means initiated by spiritual master. After some time, you have to accept a spiritual master. Thereafter, one is initiated by spiritual master. Why it is important, spiritual master? Spiritual life without spiritual master is a myth actually, without any merit. Because spiritual master gives us a connection to the Krishna. We have no connection to Krishna. But spiritual master who is coming from disciplic bona fide, he has a connection. Therefore, he can give this connection. And he can give actually knowledge. Diksha means not the fire of formality. Just like you are going to school. Admission is formality. Admission there, Diksha initiation. But that is not important. Important thing is that when you are accepting Guru, that I have to get a knowledge to get out. Just like you go to school, admission is formality. But main purpose is getting knowledge. Similarly, simply I got my name, Krishna Das, this, that, that is a formality. But real thing of Diksha is that Divya Gana Khepayati. Jiva Goswami say the definition of Diksha is transcendental knowledge. We receive transcendental knowledge. That is our transformation process. It's not an affiliation, I am Hare Krishna. No, it is a transformation. Arjuna transformed. Yes, my Lord, I transform now, I will fight. This transformation through the knowledge. So here also same thing, transformation. When one is serious, not that, oh, he has got Diksha, I also will get Diksha. No, it's not like a fashion. Oh, they are keeping dog, I will keep a dog. That is fashion. No. When you are serious, no, I want to get Krishna. Then you approach. Otherwise, no need of approach. Anyway, you will not follow the standard operating procedure. You are doing for the sake of formality. So therefore, the guru has to be accepted when one is serious. One is serious. That is the qualification. Is simply not that I can have a guru, everybody guru. No. This is a qualification of disciple. When disciple has a strong intention that I want to get out from this obnoxious material existence, go to spiritual existence. Then only guru is important. That is stated in these beautiful verses 11:3:21. The disciple also have some qualification. Tasmad guru prapadyante shreya uttamam. Jigyansu shreya uttamam. Therefore, any person who seriously desires real happiness must seek a bona fide spiritual master, take shelter him by initiation. This line, first two line, is the qualification of disciple. When one is seriously, I want to, not that simply a fashion, oh, I will come once in a week, I do not want to take up, I want to go with runway, and overshoot the runway. That's why there was a flight in Kerala flight, in Mangalore. He was coming from Dubai, he overshoot and killed actually, no? So this is the thing, you will crash. Because you will jeopardize your bhakti by simply without really seriously taking it. Therefore, there is a initiation ceremony is there when one is serial. Sampradaya means sampradaya. Sam means complete. Pradaya means giving. Who is completely giving Krishna to you? Or who is completely giving you all happiness? That is sampradaya, or real happiness. Our is temporary, transient happiness. How much we can get? Supposing I am Bill Gates, $1 million, $1 trillion, how long I am going to enjoy? There is a limited period, duration of life. So therefore, to have an unexhausted happiness, Brahma Sokyam, that for that purpose you need spiritual life. Temporary happiness, you can go to office, come back, you get money, you enjoy. But it is transient. How long? 100 years. You cannot maintain the status quo. For Brahma Sokyam, therefore Shastra is saying you have to go through the spiritual process. You say that, very nice, Nayam deha devajam niloke kastam kaman arati vidvujam jo tapodivyam puntya jena sattvam putra ka jena sattvam suddhyate jasmad Brahma Sokyam tu anantam. So here it is saying that Lord Rishabh told his son, my dear boy, of all the living entities who have accepted the material body in this world, one who has been awarded this human form of life should not work hard day and night for sense gratification, which is available even dogs and hogs that eat stool. One should attain the divine position of devotional service. By such activity, one's heart is purified. When one attains this position, he attains eternal blissful life, which is transcendental to material happiness, which continue forever. That is the thing, which continue forever. It is transcendental to material happiness. Temporary, material happiness is temporary. Continuous happiness. Krishna is offering us the continuous happiness. Therefore, he is giving a hint in Bhagavad Gita that you come to me. There is a transcendental world. Why you are here? This place is Dukkhalayam Sartutam. Bhagavad Gita, therefore you should read Bhagavad Gita thoroughly. You know what is the greatest alarm clock? It's not your alarm clock. This alarm clock will awaken your body from the sleep. But real alarm clock is Bhagavad Gita Bhagavatam. Because it is awakening your soul. Jai Shri Radha Madan Mohan. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Jeev jago. Gora Chandra bole, Kotto nidra jao Maya pisa chirokla. How long we are sleeping in the lap of Maya? Real alarm clock is actually awakening our sleep. Awakening from the ignorance. That is Bhagavad Gita Bhagavatam. Simply you sleep. Many people also getting up 3 o'clock. They don't do Mangalarti. They do exercise, gym, film, all the things, bodily conception of life. Real thing, awakening soul. That is our main thing. If body is good, strong and stout, what is the use of that? It is anyway prone to destroy. It has no, Krishna says, therefore, Bhagavad Gita, everything. Krishna says there is no endurance of this body. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna very nicely speaking, that na sato vidyate bhava, na bhava vidyate sata. Na sato means there is no permanency. Those who are seers of truth have concluded that non-existence of the material body, there is no endurance. And of eternal soul, there is no change. No endurance means the body will not stay. You may have beautiful bodies, what is that called? 8-pack and all. How long we can maintain it? You will die. It will actually dwindle when you old age like this. You cannot make your by your artificial method. Oriel and all the things, the company nowadays, only Oriel, by their help you cannot maintain the status quo of your body, either its beauty and all. So therefore there is, Krishna says, there is no endurance, but for his soul there is no change, is permanent. Therefore soul is very important. Therefore understanding this point is very, very important, that what is our priority. Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam is very, very important. You see, Bhagavad Gita we are teaching, the setting scene is there. The setting scene itself is reflect how important in Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna is a very precarious situation, more than all. Sometimes we say that I have no time, I am working. But Arjuna is also working. His duty, the Kshatriya, is to fight. And little bit of inattention, what will happen? He will die. Yes or no? He is more precarious than us. Our is not, we are dying. Maybe we will be fired from the job. We can find out other job. Arjuna has to kill, no more things, So he is precarious. His situation is more intense. Still, he is interested in, he is giving time to hear Bhagavad Gita. So howsoever we are crammed with responsibility and pressing situation, we should not satisfy that demand at the cost of Bhagavad Gita, at the cost of spiritual introspection. Howsoever the situation is so intense, but you should not neglect the Bhagavad Gita study, Bhagavatam study. That is the reflection of setting sin. How Arjuna is giving time, 45 minutes to hear Bhagavad Gita. We have no time, chronic disease. So therefore alarm clock is waking. And snoozer are the losers. There is say that snoozer are the losers. We are snoozing. Oh, procrastination. I will do Bhagavad Gita, old age recreation. I will do later. Procrastination is thief of time. It will take your time. Or sometimes they say that it's so much complex, they will dodge. Or yesterday we have distributed, sold one Vedic library, $1,008, entire Vedic library to a house. They have got Almira, they have bought one new, what is that called? Shelf to keep it. I told them one thing. See, this Bhagavad Gita is not meant to be put in the shelf to accumulate dust. It has to be meant for reading. Krishna wants to speak volume of things. Bhagavad Gita 18,000 verses. But we are very much, incorrigible or very much nonchalant, indifferent. We are very much adamant not to hear. That is insult to Krishna. If somebody wants to speak, you avoid. What is that? Is it not respect? It's not etiquette. So Krishna, Supreme Lord, wants to speak. We are so adamant. Oh, who cares? Therefore, Prabhupada say, if somebody thinking, I do not care for Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, you can see I posted that. What is that verses? The verse I posted, that Prabhupada is saying that if somebody say that I do not care for reading Bhagavad Gita, he will not get in the YouTube, Zoom class. Not Zoom class, there's a post actually. Which was this one? One sec, let me check. So he is telling, if you do not want to, if you say I do not care for this Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, then it is like you cannot get out. So let's say I will go to this verse. 10, 12, correct. So Prabhupada is saying very, very important message for every devotee. So Prabhupada say that yes. So here Prabhupada say, if you do not care about Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, we do not know what is your next body will be, because you will have no knowledge. Yam yam bapi smaranam bhaja. Krishna say manmana bhava mad bhakta. You remember me. How to remember me? He has given a process. It is more elaborate in Bhagavatam. You do not know the process, standard operating procedure, how to maneuver the flight to destination. You will be crashed in midway. That's very simple. Pilot error, not the mechanical error. Mechanical error is fine. It's not a machine. Our bhakti is very much Veda is spoken by the Lord. The standard operating procedure is free from any kind of imperfection. Perfect personality is speaking the knowledge. Is perfect. Only thing that we do not know how to maneuver, how to learn it. We are not receiving. Then he says that if one adheres to these two books, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, one is sure to obtain the association of Krishna in the next life. Takta deham punarjanma mam iti so. Therefore, distribution of Srimad Bhagavatam all over the world is a great welfare activity. So Prabhupada is writing very nice. So how important is, so if you neglect it, you do not know, we cannot know, you cannot understand the knowledge. So therefore, it's okay, you cannot immediately get all the knowledge, but slowly. If you do not also have a taste also, you simply, Prabhupada says, if you simply come and sit down here, you will get that urge, you will develop that taste. Simply sit down in the class and hear. If you do not like also, if you do not have a taste also. Without understanding the knowledge, nobody has gone to, there's no way of you can get out from this. There's no way. The only process. Without knowledge, you cannot. Even Krishna, one of the verses, it is condemned. There's a verses there, those who are not hearing, they are very condemned. 3:29:12, maybe. Let's see. There's a beautiful verses I'll show you. It is condemned. If nobody is hearing, it is condemned actually. 3:2. Forget that verse. Let's see. 3:29:12, I think. So it is said that whole our Sunday program is meant for this process. So here you can see this verse is very nice. It is condemned. This verse. Oh, I cannot now. No. So anyway, so I will show you other verses. So here you can see. Yeah.
So online people cannot
see. It's okay. So anyway, I'm ending it. So I will show you this verses is there. Here it is say that if you do not hear, anyway, I will go to this verses how Prabhupada has given. Chaitanya Chaitamrita, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has spoken this verse. 3:30-19, correct. So men become strong and stout, eating sufficient grain. But devotee who simply eats ordinary grain but does not taste the transcendental pastime of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Krishna gradually become weak, fall down from the transcendental position. However, one drinks but a drop of the nectar of Krishna pastime, his body, mind again to bloom. He begins to love him. So Prabhupada says all the devotee connected with Krishna consciousness movement must read all the books that have been translated. Chaitanya Chaitamrita, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, after some time, they will simply eat, sleep, fall down from their position. Thus, they will miss the opportunity to attain the eternal, blissful, transcendental place. So that is our idea, that you, without hearing, reading, nobody can go back to Godhead. Without knowledge, that is not possible. We cannot go back to Godhead without sufficient knowledge. See, this is stated also, these verses, that transcendental knowledge in relation with Supreme Lord Hari is knowledge resulting complete suspension of waves and whirlpools of material modes. Such knowledge is self-satisfying due to its being free from material things. Being transcendental, it is approved by authority. Who could fail to be attracted? So this is very important. Therefore, knowledge comes by hearing. Hearing is a very, very important process. Without hearing, one cannot receive the knowledge. You go to school, college, professor, you are hearing from professor, you should read from the devotees association, means hearing. Savaram Kirtana. Therefore, this is whole Krishna is now saying in these verses that how is important this receive. Once you receive the knowledge, na punarmaham, that there will be no illusion. Illusion is the problem that we are trapped in pathetically in this material body, in this material existence. That is also stated. See, because of illusion we are suffering. The last two verses will show. So here it is said that due to ignorance, the materialistic person does not know anything about self-interest, the auspicious path of life. Is simply bound by material enjoyment, by lusty desire. All the plans are made for this purpose. For temporary sense gratification, such a person creates society of envy. Due to this mentality, he plunges into ocean of suffering. Such a foolish person does not even know about this. So we do not know even what is problem. What is my problem? Just like a patient, you do not know what is my disease. He has to go to a doctor. A doctor will treat us. We do not know. Even after you know, somebody say, I'm intelligent, I'm from IIT, I'm from here, I know. But he cannot. Because you cannot, you are bound, you cannot release yourself. You need somebody who can release ourselves. That is also stated. Krishna says, it is stated that all these books are created for the purpose that we do not know anything. So we have to enlighten by these books. The conditioned soul cannot revive his Krishna consciousness by his own effort, but out of causeless mercy, Lord Krishna compiled the Vedic literature, his supplement and Quran. So all the books why he created simply for fun? No, for us to learn and get out. That's why Krishna is saying that to revive our Krishna consciousness. The next verse is explaining how to receive the knowledge. Do not simply buy the books, put in the self and read yourself. That you cannot understand. Because you need somebody to help us. It's not a distance learning. I buy the books and I learn from the whole house. I know how to become a doctor. No, you have to go to a medical college. You have to hear from professor, practice everything. Then you become a doctor. Otherwise, you become a quack. See, it is said that forgetful conditioned soul is educated by Krishna through the Vedic literatures. The realized spiritual master, see, and super soul. See, realized spiritual master is very important. Through this, he can understand Supreme Personality of Godhead as he is. He can understand that Krishna is his eternal master, deliverer of clutches of Maya. In this way, one can acquire real knowledge of his conditioned life, can come to understand how to attain liberation. Liberation is very important. This is our life, how to get mukti. Supposing you are rogo mukta, you are disease, and you will be happy when you are rogo mukta. So we are disease, we will be happy when you become liberated. Liberated from the material conception of life to enjoying for ourselves. We are the center. Life is all about, how to ameliorate the material conditioning, how to augment our bank balance. No, spiritual bank balance is very important. Without spiritual bank balance, you cannot attain Krishna. So, therefore, all this our program is meant for that. More and more you do, more and more you get. More you come frequently to temple, more you hear Bhagavatam. Not that I finish my Bhagavatam. One day I finish, Sunday I am coming, I see the Lord, that is my spiritual life. The cap. No, more and frequently. He say that it is again and again, avikshana, again and again, continuously. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Nityam, every day, day to day you do that. Then only you can advance. Not that one day coming is not. It will be very sluggish, very slow advancement. Stagnation like and slow. Next life. More you advance in Kali Yuga, next life you will not get a facility of this temple and all. More and more Kali Yuga things are very much deteriorating. Contamination is coming. So we will be more sluggish. So better we have got a chance, we have association of devotee, temple, this thing, spiritual, bona fide spiritual master. Therefore, we will be little concentration. Because we are in a concentration camp. Hitler, the Nazi one. And we are getting tortured. So how to get out? We have to give some more concentration, more priority to reading, hearing, all the process of bhakti, associating with devotee. So thank you very much. So therefore, Krishna said this knowledge is very important. Last verse I also, I will finish it. So Krishna is saying that to Uddhava, that is 11, 14 and 19. See, Krishna is saying to Uddhava that how important this reading Bhagavad Gita, all the thing. The Lord, 11, 14, sorry. So last verse, Krishna said, my dear Uddhava, just as a blazing fire turns firewood into ashes, similarly devotion unto me completely burns into the ashes sin committed by man. So like a blazing fire turned into the ashes is like this kind of knowledge. Krishna also say in the next verses 436 that this knowledge, how important that even if you are considered to be most sinful of all sinners, when you situate in the boat of transcendental knowledge, you will be able to cross over the ocean of misery. See, even after you are committed, I have so many karma. Okay, what to do? I cannot come. You come, all the karma will go away. As a blazing fire turns firewood onto ashes, Arjuna, so does the fire of knowledge burn into ashes of all reaction of material activity. Everything. Karmani nirdhati. All our previous karma, on account of the karma only we are here. That will be karmani nirdhati to bhakti bhajam. So all the karma will by the process of knowledge how to do bhakti. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So whatever the question we will let, so we will take off if we have any question. So we'll start. We will be doing our last arati. The announcement is Radha-Ashtami. So Radha-Ashtami is next Sunday is Radha-Ashtami. Very, very important. And boat festival also evening. Radha-Ashtami is 12 o'clock Pushpanjali. We have a big feast also. Radha-Ashtami very, very important even than Janmashtami. We are, everybody is after Krishna. Krishna is called Madan Mohan. Madan Mohan means all attract. The meaning of Krishna is all attractive. If this all attractive personality attracted by somebody, how he is good, how she is great, you know. Therefore, Radharani is Radha Madan Mohana Mohini. Who can attract the Madan Mohan? How the position of Radharani, the great stalwart like Sanat Kumar, Varnita Charite, they are also glorifying Radharani. So this is very, very important. We have said that what is that? Idam Brahmo, Idam Khalo Brahman. Our Gaudiya is that Idam Radha. So everything is main thing Radharani, because through the Radha we get the mercy of Krishna very easily. So therefore, everybody is requested to attend this one and invoke the mercy of Radharani so that we can quickly attend the lotus feet of Krishna. So please come. Night is boat festival. That is very important. This festival, NOD, it is said that nectar of devotion, even a Chandala can see this festival, like boat festival, Jhunan Jatra. They will be counted as the associate of Vishnu. How the gargantuan benefit of participating in this festival. See the Lord, Ratha Jatra. So much benefit. So therefore, please attend this one and augment your spiritual bank balance. When it is full, just like a piggy bag, when full, you break it and buy something, right? In children, we have to collect money. Similarly, spiritual bank balance. When you become 100, we go back to God. Prabhupada says that, I will just repeat it. Thank you very much. Ganthara Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai.